Now the video is about a dinner party.
This is a game on table manners. Betty, our hostess, is having a few of her friends to her home for a birthday party. She has been to any number of little parties like this, but this is the first
Setting a
time she has given
table
a
is
party all by
honestly
herself.
super complicated
Like
for me
everyone else,
itself.
she
Like there's
thinks
so
that her
many
etiquette
tiny
is perhaps
spoons,
not
knives,
perfect,
and
but good
forks
enough
and
so that there are
whatever.
no
Like
glaring
I've seen it
errors.
like in
She is
shows like The
proud of her
Simpsons and
table
all.
arrangement and
It was
thinks she
just
deserves
it
a
has a
word of
spoon for this type of
congratulations.
food. There's a spoon for
But the
that type of
housekeeper
food.
must tell Betty she
Really
has noticed
weird.
a few errors. A napkin is out of place. The butter
Oh,
knife
so that
goes
was a
on the
piece
butter
of bread.
dish,
I was
not
like,
next to the meat.
I mean,
And
like as
a
far
wine
as
glass.
Indians go, we don't really
Small
eat with
matters, but they are
spoons and
important when they show
forks and
whether or
everything.
not
We
your
just
habits
use
of etiquette
the
are
hands, and this is like the
See if
best
you
tool
notice
in
right
the
away
world.
when someone in a bit, and she has doubts of her correctness. Should she have preceded her guests into the room? Is she directing them to their places properly? Should Betty have used place cards? The young man who is trying too late.
That is overthinking it.
Yeah,
Way
exactly. I'm
too
like,
hard.
maybe she
It
just
is his birthday
chill a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
and his host. He seems to feel that
How
he's
old are
just
these
act
people?
as she
Are they
always
like
does.
working or are they
Notice
kids?
now
I'm
one
not
of his
really
way of
sure.
opening his
Some of them
napkin
look like
and
kids.
put her in his belt. Could that be all right? Bernie and Helen seem
They're
quite
also well
certain of the way
dressed.
they open their napkins and place them in a half fold in their laps. They seem to be really at ease.
Smooth. He was just like,
But then everyone is more at ease now that the party has really started. The main thing is
Table
that
manners and
they
etiquette
enjoy each
is
other's
very, very
Betty and
important.
Bob aren't worried
Like
about
you
their
gotta know
places
how to
at
do
all.
that. You can't
But in
eat.
the
You
back
can't
of
go
their
to a
minds, they
table
realize
dinner and
that
start
they're
eating like a
more
pig.
attention
Like
to them.
it's not only the
They
person
know
next
that
to you
the
and the
etiquette
people around you are gonna
etiquette
notice it.
is
Like
not things like
so when I was young, I
washing
had this
dishes,
habit of
but
eating
food
really
enjoyment.
fast. So
There are
like all my
rules for
cousins and
exact
all, when they
etiquette,
noticed me
and
eating,
demand
they
that
used to look at me. They're
particular
like, "Why are you
way
eating so
is
fast?" I'd be
by
like,
the order with which it is
I don't know. It's just a habit thing. But now it has reduced. I do eat slowly now, and I do watch my table manners just because it is etiquette. You have to
Bob is
be
hungry,
mindful of
and he
yourself
of
and
course
others
should.
when you are in a public space or
He
having a
thinks
party
he
like this.
has
So
company manners, but as we see, he is doing at least 3 things wrong. Now that the soup is served, Betty sees that the crackers are passed. Floyd passes the crackers to Dorothea before he helps himself. Should he have helped himself first or not? Bob is eating before the others.
so official.
What about that? Apparently the guests are waiting for Betty to pick up her spoon before they begin. But naturally, the guests
the food
give
in
no
black and white
indication
looks
of
so
having noticed any
nasty.
error on Bob's part, since
oh,
in
that
itself
soup!
would be
It looks
impolite.
like piss.
As
like
the relish
legit.
dish
It does
is
not look good
passed,
at all in black and
Bob
white.
takes a handful and puts them on his service plate, and back he goes to his soup in the same old way.
He just wants that soup.
Yeah.
Then Bob notices that
But
the
yeah,
others have placed
nothing
their
beats
relish
Asian food in
differently,
terms of flavors. Just
and
saying.
changes them from one plate to the
Indian
other.
food. Oh
Knowing there is a
god,
reason,
it's too good.
but what is it? Change. Bob is glad to see Betty has noticed that he corrected himself. All is well again with the party. No one's enjoyment is being interrupted with any problems for the moment.
These small
Betty
things
now
in
is
the
running
table
into some
manners really
problems
make
of
a
her own.
difference.
Things that she hadn't thought
Especially
of
if
until
you're
now.
part of that
That
high
elbow on the
class,
table
elite
isn't
type
one
of
of her
family
problems
where
because she isn't
you
even aware
have
of
big
it.
formal
But she
dinner
is aware
parties
of the
and
olive as
the
a
table is
problem.
set in such a way
Is there
and
a
the table
correct way of
manners
eating an
are like
olive?
set in
Shouldn't
stone,
you
so
just pop it
even a
into your
slight
mouth and eat it?
deviation people will notice
But
and
then how
people
do you
will
take
talk
out the
about it.
pit?
It's really cool, like
With your
it's really cool
fingers?
and weird at the same
And when
time
you
because
have the pit,
I mean we
where
don't
do you
really
place
do
it?
it, but we don't do it to
Lloyd
this
seems to have
extent, but
confidence
yeah,
in his way,
it
but
is.
also too many
It's
fingers.
interesting to know.
Betty thinks she might try Floyd's way. Betty hopes that she
Like
doesn't
first
look as
world
awkward as
problems
she
right here.
feels.
Straight up.
Now our hostess. You ate it in whatever lengths you found it. Is it easier to handle in shorter lengths? And does it look like a smaller bite when you dip it in the salt and then
Damn,
bite off a
this
portion?
narrative is so specific with every scenario. Oof.
Bernie and Helen don't seem to be concerned with any problems. Bernie eats a radish and simply enjoys it, and he seems certain of himself. Helen is even tipping her soup plate for a last sup. Can that be correct? Certainly her manners aren't interfering with her enjoyment of the party. As host, Bob is expected to serve the meat course. At home, his father does the serving. It looks
how you
perfectly
do it,
simple,
yeah.
and it is. But if you were in Bob's place, would you know
I'm asking,
positively what to do?
American
Which serving
fathers
implement
really
should he
teach their
use?
sons how to carve meat, or is it something
Should
that
he
the
just
son
go
has to
ahead
be
as
like,
best he
yeah, I
can?
want to learn how to carve a turkey or something like that? Like, I mean,
Dorothy is looking
because
away
that
so
bird
as not
is
to notice.
huge and the turkey is massive. How
Bob
the hell
still
do they
isn't sure
carve
of
it?
what to do,
God knows, but
but he can't hesitate
yeah,
forever.
it's
That
like cutting
amount
it.
seems too much. A lady is not flattered by being offered a portion the size that might appeal to a hungry lumberjack. Betty is worried for Bob, but after all, he is trying.
Oh, we just went for it.
Yep.
Everyone learns by experience, even when mistakes are made, and one isn't at all sure of anything that he is doing. Bob wonders if the portions he
worried
is
for
serving
both
are
of
now
you
too
guys.
small.
True.
Should he give a large portion to the men and small ones to the ladies? Some new questions are arising. Can she use the implements for serving the salad correctly? And what size should the portions of salad be? Is she offering too little?
This was my problem.
Is she getting a proper assortment?
Yeah, true, true. If there's your biggest
As
problem
Betty
in life,
passes
you're
the
probably
plate,
doing well.
should she say for whom the plate is intended? Bernie and Helen act as though...
How do you think like this until interact with people around you smoothly?
I have no idea, man.
Honestly, how do you decide what is the right amount of food to take from this thing? I know you have to look at the total amount of food and look at the people and just plan accordingly. But what if you're really hungry? Like, what is the social way to do that type of situation? I mean, like, there were times when I was a kid, I used to take so much food. The guy who bought the food was like, stop eating. Like, he literally told this to my face when I was a kid, and that kind of like semi scarred me. So yeah, I don't do that anymore. But
Bob
yeah.
is feeling more confident of himself. He seems to remember that it is correct to use his knife for cutting lettuce or tomato if they are served in pieces that are too big for a proper bite. What do you think? Is he wrong, or is he right?
I don't think it
Anyhow.
matters. Yeah.
Anyhow you
But
want
the
to eat.
person with confidence
Your
isn't
hands.
necessarily the
Yeah,
person
yeah.
who is correct.
Just get
Up
it in.
until this
Yep.
minute,
Either
Betty
way.
has been confident
That's
that a
it.
person should butter his vegetables with his knife. But now that Betty sees Floyd buttering his with his fork, she isn't certain.
Never wave your knife
She
in
wishes
food.
she did know
I
definitely.
don't know. Talking with
It
food in your
seems
mouth
safer
is
to
a
follow
big
Floyd's example.
no.
If
Please,
he is
whoever's
correct,
watching this,
then she will be
don't
too.
do it. I beg you for the love of God.
Bob is
Never
swinging from
talk
one
with your
extreme to
food in your
another.
mouth.
1 minute he is uneasy. This isn't the kind of an ending to the story that Bob had in mind, but it is quicker and maybe better. At least it stopped Bob from making any more mistakes. Betty, too, has discovered that she had forgotten
They're
a
gonna
couple
lose
of
their
items of
minds now.
behavior.
Wait, did he
She
throw
is
up?
thinking that perhaps
He
she
spilled
and
the,
Bob both need to be embarrassed a bit. Bob may be thinking the same thing, because he certainly looks as if he has decided to make a lot of changes.
They shoot each other,
The
they're a
others,
good
of course.
couple.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
everything about everything.
Betty decides that the first thing for her to do is to regain her poise. Just act as though no errors had been made. But she will be more observing of her own manners than those of others too.
You know what?
That's
You know
sorry.
what?
Yeah, yeah.
Look at her
You
way
good?
of eating a roll.
Feel comfy.
How about the way he holds his knife and fork,
Looks alright.
Yeah.
Good form,
or the way he cuts his meat,
I think.
and takes it to his
That's the
mouth
other
with
thing.
his left hand?
Oh, I thought it was
When you are
actually
eating
left.
meat, do you take the meat to your mouth with a fork in your right hand or your
Yeah.
left? Is there a question of correctness here? Helen is also using her left hand. Betty holds the fork in her left hand while cutting the meat, and then passes the fork to
Use
her
your
right
right.
hand for
Yeah.
placing it in her mouth.
So you're like
This
Betty.
is zigzag eating. She has noticed
Oh,
that
no,
the
with
British
the-
and
with the knife.
continental people use
Oh,
their
right, yeah, yeah,
left
no.
hands.
With the knife, where's my
But
right?
now that
Yeah,
she's
yeah,
beginning
yeah.
to take
No,
her
yeah.
manners seriously,
I think
she
we're
wonders
good
if
then.
there is a matter of correctness involved, or if both ways are equally correct. One way American, the other European.
Oh damn,
Betty
Americans
wishes she
eat
were as certain
differently?
at that point
In-
as she is of how her knife should
I
be
thought they
placed.
also follow that left.
Bob has never heard of zigzag or continental.
Oh my
ways of
god,
eating meat.
really? That's what they
But he
used
is
to
on the
do?
watch out
Zigzag
for such
eating?
things now. And as soon as he notices what Betty is doing, he is ready to follow her example, and is proud of himself.
What are they drinking as well?
Formal
That's
parties
crazy.
like this are
think it's
really
milk.
enjoyable when one
Milk?
isn't afraid of doing the wrong thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Bob has reached the point where he feels that since his intentions are good, as far as Bob is concerned, this is the best
It's cute.
birthday he has ever had. And to top it off, a big birthday cake that Betty had made for him.
Wait, here we go.
He really appreciates this. For the cake is a symbol, like the whole dinner, of friendship. A very delicious symbol of the regard
The
that
cake
Betty
looks
and her
better in
friends
black and
hold
white
for
than the
holidays,
food.
particularly.
But yeah, I'm not a big fan of cake myself either, so.
The lighting of the birthday cake with candles is an old custom, and so is the blowing out of the candles. But do you
That was
suppose
yesterday,
placing
Paul.
of the candles
Yeah.
inside is a modern touch of avoiding possible germs being blown on the cake?
They didn't even sing him happy birthday or
During the
anything
meal-
I
either.
know. Ours was different.
Apparently, serving
Yeah.
cake has its difficulties too. Our hostess isn't certain that she should be helping Bob.
Help him, like, help him serve the cake. It's not a big
In the
issue
first
if you do.
Betty wondered if the serving should be left to the housekeeper. What would you say? There is no denying that Bob needs help. He is having trouble with the serving implements again. Do you think he might be able to figure out from the
Oh.
shape and the size of the
Yeah.
plates which to use?
He's trying his best, man.
Yep.
Cutting and serving your own birthday cake seems to be a pleasure. But could you actually do this any
There's a
more
bit of Bob in
gracefully
all
than
of
Bob
us.
is?
Yes. Yes.
Betty's help may not be as great as she thinks.
Helping someone else is not a insult. I personally don't
And
think,
about her placing the dessert forks. Are these
because
correct?
you are among people who you know, like, so they should be cool with most of
Bob
these things.
accompanies
So,
Betty to her place,
but people are
assisting
different,
her
so
with her
I can't
dinner
really
before
speak for
resuming his
everyone.
serving. He is at least trying to change his habits. And you notice?
Oh,
He forgot his napkin and sat on it.
Poor Bob.
He is serving smoothly now and is not distracting his friends with his difficulties. They are free again to chat as they wish. This is hard. Then new habits
it's
have
good
to
to have
be
manners,
formed.
but you don't need to
But
be
a little
like
study of etiquette will help greatly.
that intense,
And lessons
unless
are
you're like
all
eating with the queen or something like
Once
that.
you have
Yeah,
formed
you
correct
have to
habits in your
proper-
manner,
Yeah, then you actually,
Hustle,
deal
yeah.
with it.
yeah.
That is a reward in itself. Let's hope that for you it is, and another say of
Actually, like,
enjoying
that's
pretty
company
wholesome,
of your
yeah.
Yeah,
friends.
that's cool. I
A
like
good
that.
meal, good company, real enjoyment.
Oh, that was very
That's
satisfying.
what a dinner
Yeah,
party
that was a
is.
good ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, this video was about manners, table manners and everything. It was really informative. It was really good. I like this. This video was nice because they really went into detail about the table manners used around this time period and for this particular scenario. This is really good, really informative.
Honestly, that party was lit in each and everyone's head.
I think for Bob it was the most lit, I reckon. Yeah.
I like Bob. I feel like everyone should be like Bob. Because, yeah, Bob expressed his feelings and his emotions, and he learned from things around him.
Even though he's clumsy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Core message also was pretty good because even though it was about manners, but the point was always remember, have fun. It's something you should also have fun in. You should maintain your outward appearance as well as have fun also. So it's a little balance and mismatch of both ideas, but. And the video was informative in a way. Like we all know that table manners is important, but yes, it was informative. Like I didn't know a couple of things about that zigzag eating. That was pretty new to me. I never knew Americans really did that before. But yeah, it's this thing.
Well, I think
Yourself?
it's good to have manners and stuff, but if there's no point in doing all that stuff so strictly if you're not just enjoying the moment as well.
Exactly. What Paul said. It's best you know you have insecurities, and you can go along with them because you have them, and you're making effort to change it. Or you having those insecurities and wanting to have fun at the same time is impossible. You're not dealing with your insecurities as well, or you're always being worried about them to affect you everywhere you go, especially when you're having fun.
Yeah.
It's never gonna be fun. Yeah.
The part of the video that stood out was the zigzag. That was the really big thing. The rest of it was like we know. Because of watching a lot of American television, I knew a little bit about the table manners and everything. So yeah, this is not all new to me, but yes, this is a good video. I liked it.
Yeah, quite a bit. Just in the way that I don't think every household really does the whole this fork, then that fork, then knife,
The
soup
whole
spoon
dinner
kind of deal.
structure is just very outdated.
now it's like Uber Eats for dinner and stuff. I think if this stuff was like circulated nowadays, you'd see a lot of like memes of Bob and stuff like that. Like, yeah, for sure.
This is true.
Yeah. I didn't think, like, I knew this sort of like etiquette was around, but I didn't know it was such a like normal thing in the old days and stuff like that to be so official and stuff. But, yeah.
It has a lot of like hidden information in it as well, like having like general manners, you know, of how to behave in public or like in general society.
In a group, yeah.
In a group of people, yeah. So you don't behave like socially awkward or, you know, just, yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to our channel for more quality content just like you've seen today. And yeah, we'll hopefully see you guys for the next one. Stay tuned.